December 17th, 2022. So, to get you started, let's take a look at the birthdays. Julian Galmarini Mangino, Josh Pallarino, Jody Pinella, Morgan Pyatt, Tiana Stroya Hughes, Carl Scugino, Jody Patterson, Ricky Frazier, Nico Rell, and that will do it. Have a happy birthday to all you folks out there. Hope you enjoy that second piece of birthday cake. Now, for your news stories today, we got some good ones coming up for you. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate remains at 4% in November. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry today released its preliminary employment situation report for November 2022. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate was 4% in November, remaining at the record low set in October. The U.S. unemployment rate was also unchanged over the month, remaining at 3.7%. The Commonwealth's unemployment rate was 1.5 percentage points below its November 2021 level, and the national rate was down half a percentage point over the year. So that's great news from the state. As for another story, Erie tomorrow, PA Soldiers and Sailors Home celebrates wreaths across America. Hundreds of community volunteers will help place wreaths on 1,349 graves in the Pennsylvania Soldiers and Sailors Home Veterans Memorial Cemetery in coordination with the National Wreaths Across America program. The annual event places wreaths at more than 3,400 locations across America, at sea, and abroad to honor military service members who have served and sacrificed. The PSSH is one of 6 veterans homes operated by the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, and the only one which maintains an active veterans cemetery. So, great news coming from the state. We're just getting started on this Newswatch. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to Nctv45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. Nctv45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. Nctv45 is the #1 media source locally. Nctv45, anytime on your time. If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Elham's for one great dining experience.
Peppers, mouth-watering fruit, fine dressings, apples, meats. This place looks so familiar. Getting your lunch meat cut to order. That's the Joseph's difference. They make every opportunity to please their customers. Joseph's. They're not the big box store giving you it the way the store wants it. It's the way you want it. Stop by Joseph's and take a look. Yes, it's Joseph's.
Nctv45, strong enough for Lawrence County.
And welcome back. We got another great story for you. Governor Wolf announces $13.3 million investment in Chubb Insurance, creating more than 1,250 jobs in Philadelphia. Governor Tom Wolf today announced that Chubb, the world's largest publicly traded property and casualty insurance company, is planning a new Philadelphia office that will be the workplace for 3,200 employees. The company is investing $82 million into the project and will create at least 1,250 new full-time jobs. Chubb is signing a long-term lease for newly constructed office space located at 2000 Arch Street in Center City, Philadelphia, which will be the company's largest office in North America and the site of a new technology center. Construction on the space is expected to be completed in 2026. Great news coming from Governor Wolf's office today. DMV announces Veterans Trust Fund grant opportunities. Today, the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs announced that the 2022-23 Veterans Trust Fund is accepting grant applications for programs and services benefiting Pennsylvania veterans. The DMVA will award VTF grants to nonprofit organizations, veteran service organizations, and county directors of Veterans Affairs from across the state. Grant applications must be received no later than 2 p.m. on Thursday, January 19th, 2023. Grants will be considered in the following areas. Grant funding is available for new, innovative, or expanded programs or services operated by the County Directors of Veterans Affairs of the Pennsylvania Association of County Directors of Veterans Affairs. The areas of emphasis for applicants in this category are veterans outreach, transportation services, and homelessness. Grant funding is available to veteran service organizations with 501 status and nonprofit organizations with a mission of serving Pennsylvania veterans granted 501 status under the Internal Revenue Code. Funding priorities for this application in this category are transportation services, behavioral health initiatives, homelessness, and employment and education. Since the grant program began in 2013, 254 grants totaling $6,591,860 have been awarded to organizations providing service to veterans in Pennsylvania. More great news coming from the state today. We got one more news story for you for this segment. Keystone State Challenge Academy for at-risk teens graduates first ever class. Today, 18 cadets enrolled in the first ever Keystone State Challenge Academy, KSCA, class graduated from the 22-week residential phase of the program on their way to a brighter future. The KSCA is designed to give challenged teens a second chance at obtaining their basic education, learn leadership, self-discipline, and responsibility while working towards finishing their education and building a better life. The cadets will now complete a one-year mentorship phase of the program throughout various communities while they continue their education, join the workforce, or enter the military. The opening of the academy at Fort Indianatown Gap in Lebanon County in July 2022 formally established the National Guard Bureau's Youth Challenge Program in Pennsylvania. The program is open to 16 to 18-year-old male and female Pennsylvania residents who are failing to progress in high school or may not be on a clear path to graduating. Applicants must be willing to be drug-free, free of felony convictions, and voluntarily commit to the program. The program lasts for 17 months, with the first 5 months consisting of residential training at FTIG, followed by 1 year of mentorship back in the community. The KSCA is now accepting applicants for second class, slated to begin in January. Great news from the state. We're going to head over to the Cedar Sports Corner, and we're going to take a look at your sports slate for this.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to Lindy's Lunch. Yes, whether it's their great breakfast or Just like it says, lunch, it's great anytime. Try their breakfast and you'll be satisfied. A pierogi cheeseburger, an Italian Joe, and smothered hoagies, all. And don't forget the French fries with chili. Yes, it's Lindy's Lunch. For the best, stop by. Give us a call.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Let's take a look at around the sports world on this Saturday. As for your NBA matchups, the Washington Wizards go to LA to take on Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. That game is at 4 o'clock. As for your 5 o'clock game, Miami goes to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That game is on NBA TV. As for your 8 o'clock, we got a good 4-game slate. Luka Doncic and the Mavericks go to Cleveland to take on Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs. Damian Lillard and the Blazers go to Houston to take on Jalen Green and the Rockets. The streaking hot Utah Jazz go to Milwaukee to take on Giannis and the Bucks. And Ja Morant and the Grizzlies go to Shea and the Oklahoma City Thunder to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. As for your 9 o'clock game, we got a great matchup. The New Orleans Pelicans go to the Phoenix Suns at 9 o'clock on NBA TV. Now, the reason this is a great matchup is there has been some chippiness between these two teams as Zion almost caused the brawl. However, it was broken up. Don't be surprised if you see another one in that game. As for your NHL slate, the Columbus Blue Jackets go to Boston to take on the Bruins at 1 o'clock. That game is on the NHL Network. Ottawa goes to Detroit at 1 o'clock. That game can be found on ESPN Plus, along with every single one of these games except for one. Anaheim goes to Edmonton at 4 o'clock. As for your 7 o'clock games, Dallas goes to Carolina. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the defending Eastern Conference champions go to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. The Florida Panthers travel to New Jersey to take on the Red Hot Devils. The New York Rangers, go to Philadelphia to take on the Flyers, and Austin Matthews and the Maple Leafs go to Washington to take on Ovechkin and the Capitals, as Alexander Ovechkin is searching for his goal number 800. All those games are at 7 o'clock, and that Washington game will also be found on the NHL Network. As for your 2 9 o'clock games, Buffalo goes to Arizona to take on the Coyotes, and Nashville goes to Colorado to take on the defending champion Avalanche. As for your 2 10 o'clock games, Winnipeg goes to Vancouver, and the New York Islanders go to Vegas to take on the Knights. To cap it all off, San Jose goes to LA to take on the Kings at 10:30. And remember, almost all of those games can be found on ESPN Plus. As for your college basketball slate, we got a great one for you, including a great ranked game to start it off. Number 14 Indiana goes to the defending the defending champion Kansas Jayhawks, 14 versus 8 matchup. That game is at noon on ESPN2. As for a local game, St. Francis of PA goes to number 25 Miami. That game is also at noon on the ACC network. The number 4 Alabama Crimson Tide, who are scorching hot, go to number 15 Gonzaga. That game is at 1 o'clock on CBS. North Florida will come into town to take on the Pittsburgh Panthers at 1 o'clock on the ACC network. Another great ranked matchup. The number 5 Houston Cougars, who have recently lost the number 1 spot, go to the number 2 Virginia Cavaliers, who hope to retain the number 1 spot. That game is at 2 o'clock on ESPN Plus. That game is at 2 o'clock on ESPN2. ESPN2 will have back-to-back primetime matchups. Indiana State will travel to Duquesne to take on the Dukes. That game is at 2 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Nichols goes to number 17 Mississippi State at 3 o'clock on the SEC network. The unranked North Carolina Tar Heels go to the number 23 Ohio State Buckeyes. That game is at 3 o'clock on CBS. The Carolina Tar Heels are struggling as they made a run to the championship last year but have not been off and running to start this year. Number 10 Arkansas will play host to Bradley University at 4 o'clock. That game will not be televised. Alabama A&M goes to number 18 Illinois. That game is on the Big Ten Network. And Grambling goes to the newly ranked number 24 Virginia Tech Hokies. That game can be found on the ACC Network. The number 13 Kentucky Wildcats will play host to number 16 UCLA Bruins at 5:15. That game can be found on CBS. Number 1 Purdue Boilermakers will host unranked Davidson at 6:15 on the Big Ten Network. Number 3 UConn will travel to Butler at 7 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. And to cap it all off, the number 9 Arizona Wildcats will play host to the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers at 10:30 on ESPN2. Great college basketball slate this Saturday. Why don't you head over to Cedars, catch all these great games, enjoy the great food and great atmosphere. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Los Amigos! Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a good bite to eat, make sure to check out Los Amigos. They got you covered with things such as tacos, burritos, molcajete, and don't forget the great chips and salsa they put out for you when you get there. Make sure to check out Los Amigos on West State Street, Newcastle, PA, 16101. It's Los Amigos. Los Amigos! Los Amigos! Los Amigos! And we are back. From the Wolf administration, announces new launch of the Pennsylvania Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Byway. The Wolf administration, along with the Brandywine Valley Scientific Byway Commission and members of the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus today, announced the creation of the Pennsylvania Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Byway. Building off the more 200 miles of byway honoring Harriet Tubman legacy in Maryland and Delaware, Pennsylvania's segment along State Route 52 follows routes used by Harriet Tubman and other leaders of the Underground Railroad as they courageously led Americans from enslavement to freedom. In addition to marking the route, the byway traverses among and nearby more than 19 stops away from the Delaware state line, north through Pennsbury, Kennett, and Popscon townships that concern the Underground Railroad, helping to raise the profile of this important piece of American history. A long-term goal for the byway is to continue extending it further north, following the route of the Underground Railroad into New York and Canada. Great news coming from the state today. Again from Governor Wolf's office, announces funding to bolster electrician workforce in southwest Pennsylvania. Governor Tom Wolf announced $200,000 in funding for the River Valley School District in Indiana County through Pennsylvania's Manufacturing PA Training to Career Program, MTTC, to prepare students for electrical careers in residential, commercial, industrial, and lineman occupations. The River Valley School District plans to use the funding to offer workforce development programs for occupations that have projected employment increases by the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry and the Pennsylvania In-Demand Occupation Lists. Participating students in grades 9 through 12 will learn the skills they need through classroom, lab, and apprenticeship trainings. The River Valley School District serves students in municipalities in southern Indiana County and a portion of northwest Westmoreland County. It is the second largest school district in Indiana County and serves approximately 1,500 students. One more story. Media Advisory, Department of Health stresses testing to prevent babies from being born with congenital syphilis. On Monday, December 19th, Acting Secretary of Health and Pennsylvania Physician General Dr. Denise Johnson will visit the Hamilton Health Center in Harrisburg to discuss the importance of testing to prevent babies from being born with a painful and somewhat deadly disease. The number of babies born with congenital syphilis in Pennsylvania is at the highest level since 1990. Dr. Denise Johnson and Dr. Hubert Foca of the Hamilton Health Center will discuss the importance of educating people of childbearing age about congenital syphilis and the critical role testing can play in preventing cases among newborn children. Monday, December 19th at 1 p.m., Hamilton Health Center, 110 South 17th Street, Harrisburg, PA 17104. Reporters are encouraged to RSVP for this event in person. To attend, please email radhpressoffice@pa.gov and share the reporter and photographer name and media outlet who wishes to attend the event. The Hamilton Health Center requires those entering the facility to wear masks. So, great news coming from the state from all 6 of our news stories today. So we're going to head over to Lawrence County 45 weather, and we're going to take a look at what you got coming ahead for you on this fine weekend.
Big Daddy 316 Transport. For a ride to work, that's fine. Groceries and essentials pickups, we do them. We all benefit. Seniors, cities, state, stores, employers, and yes, employees. Why get there tired when you can get there alive and energized? Yes, no tricky traffic patterns. We can haul up to 5 passengers, 24-hour notice required, $5 per stop. Call Big Daddy 316 Transport today.
Since you were going for gas, you might as well fill up your tank too. Delicious food available at Morgan's. And that's just 2 exciting combos that they have. Morgan's, right across the line.
When your PC looks like this, don't make it a last key. Make it Pulaski. Pulaski PC. Pizza. Because you deserve more than just great pizza. You deserve great subs. Whether it's Italian, steak, meatball, or the many varieties that they have that will tempt your palate. You deserve more wings, as they have great flavors, more salads, and for dessert, more Cita Sticks. It's 4-star pizza. We deliver too.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
The Crane Room is a restaurant. The Crane Room is a bar. The Crane Room is a banquet facility. The restaurant will please you time after time with their diverse menu. Ask about their daily specials. See the menu at craneroom.com. The bar gives you an abundance of choices with 35 beers on tap and always changing. Their banquet services are always to perfection. The Crane Room, located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Hello and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. Let's get your weekend started after last night's low of 26 degrees. Let's take a look at how your week is looking. You're going to see outside here that there is a cloud or two up in the sky, but other than that, there's some clearness up there, and not too bad of the cloud coverage. You're going to see in the local radar that it is rather clear, and in the national radar, you're going to see that all over the U.S. there is some cloud coverage. However, in the Pennsylvania area, it is rather free. You're going to see this extending all the way up into the the northern part of the United States, starting from east to west and extend all the way into the west coast. So, after last night's low of 26 degrees, Saturday, a chance of snow before 11 a.m., then a chance of snow after 11 a.m., increasing clouds with a high near 34, west wind 6 to 10 miles per hour, chance of snow is 30%. Saturday night, a chance of snow showers mainly after 1 a.m., mostly cloudy with low around 23. Chance of snow is 30%. Sunday, a chance of snow showers mainly before 1 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 32. Chance of snow is 30%. Sunday night, a slight chance of snow showers before 1 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 23, 20% chance of snow. Monday, mostly cloudy with a high near 34. Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 21. Tuesday, partly sunny with a high near 38. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 21. Wednesday, partly sunny with a high near 33. Wednesday night, a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 22, 50% chance of snow. And Thursday, snow showers, high near 33, chance of precipitation is 80%. So we could see some snow later on in this week. We obviously hope it stays away, but it could be unavoidable. You know what isn't unavoidable, though, is these great sponsors.
Hello, I'm Kay, and K is for Kimmel's. If you're in need of great baked goods, perhaps donuts of every kind, or maybe a lady lock is your desire, turnovers, and don't forget, they have cakes of every size, quarter sheet cake, or a round one for that special birthday. And never forget to pick up a loaf of bread. It's Kimmel's, home of the delicious, super mouth-watering strudels. Call Kimmel's for the best baked goods.
Hi, pizza friends. You can still find delicious Augustine's Pizza at your local supermarket. The folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Hi, we have a couple local news stories for you guys today. First is Holy Spirit Parish Christmas Mass schedule. Christmas Eve will be 4 p.m. at St. Vitus, 4 p.m. at St. Mary's, 4 p.m. at St. Camillus, 6 p.m. at St. Camillus, and midnight at St. Vitus. Christmas Day will be 8 a.m. at St. Mary's and 10 a.m. at St. Vitus. All are welcome. Cascade of Lights at Historic Cascade Park will be December 17th through the 23rd, the 29th through the 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. Pictures with Santa will be December 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. Also Saturday at the Newcastle Public Library, we'll be showing Scrooged at 1:40 and also at 7 p.m. Wigilia is the traditional Christmas Eve vigil supper in Poland, held December 24th. The term is often applied to the whole of Christmas Eve, extending further to the Pasterka, midnight mass held in Roman Catholic churches all over Poland and Polish communities worldwide at or before midnight. The custom is sometimes referred to as Weserza or Weserza Wigilina, in Polish meaning evening repast, linked to the late church service Vespers from Latin. The word Vigilia derives from the Latin word vigil. The associated feasting follows a day of absence and traditionally begins once the first star has been sighted. Christmas is also sometimes called Wigazda or Little Star. Children usually decorate the Christmas tree. Sometimes a handful of hay is placed under the tablecloth of the dining table to symbolize Jesus' birth in a manger. One of the traditions states that when children playfully remove a piece of straw from under the tablecloth, its color, meaning green, indicates wealth or possibility of a marriage, while black foretells bad luck for the year. Another tradition to make an extra place setting for the unexpected guests to celebrate hospitality. The feast begins with saying grace, breaking the opalek Christmas wafer to symbolize the gift of daily bread, and wishing each other blessings for the coming year. In the country, it was customary to share a special pink wafer with livestock and dogs as they eat, as the animals of the household were to be treated with special reverence on that day, in honor of the animals and the Bethlehem stable. There was a belief that at midnight they were granted the power of human speech. Now we'll go to a little break.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
And to close real quick for you, Saturday, December 17th is Grinch Day. Make someone's heart grow 3 times bigger. Give them a McDonald's gift card. Great news and great stories for this upcoming holiday season. So, that's going to wrap us up. Always remember, NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Yes, a train that runs on your schedule. Why, that's NCTV45. Make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence. Have a great